And take 3 nice deep breaths in and out. Breathe in and breathe out. And 1 more in and breathe out. I'd like you to keep your eyes closed, and I'm going to read the wonderful story of Daphne and the Smiley Shells, written by Vicki Tongeman, illustrated by Kez Creatively. This time I think I can do it, said Daphne the little dolphin to herself, trembling with fear. She tried to steady herself on her surfboard as the next wave rolled towards her, bigger and bigger. Here goes, Daphne thought nervously, as her surfboard began to wobble, and then, like so many times before, splush, she fell in the water again. As she came up to the surface, Daphne could hear some of her friends laughing at her, whilst her teacher, he simply shook his head. Daphne headed for home. I'm confused, she muttered to herself, trying not to cry. I thought friends were supposed to be kind. She was so deep in thought that she almost swam into the mouth of a great big basking shark and jumped out of her skin. Why is the world so scary? Daphne groaned and swam on home as fast as she could. A few days later, Daphne's mum was fed up of her moping about, so she sent her off to see her granddad. Now what's all this I hear about you getting under your mother's fins and being miserable? Grandad asked her. Daphne looked down at the seabed. Come on, said Grandad. It can't be that bad. Yes, it can, said Daphne defiantly. I'm so good at school. I'm no good at school. I'm too clumsy to learn to surf. So my friends all laugh at me, and well, I'm frightened in case the big creatures pick on me as well. Grandad thought for a moment. Well, he said at last, I used to feel a bit like that when I was your age, but then I went to see my Grandad. What happened? Asked Daphne. Grandad smiled. He taught me a very useful trick, and I still use it even today. Daphne felt herself cheering up. What is it? What's the trick? Grandad pointed to a shelf where he kept a glass jar with shells in it. No ordinary shells, but shells with smiley faces painted on them. Daphne had often wondered about the smiley shells, but never had the courage to ask about them. They looked so pretty and lots of fun. That's my banker smile jar, said Grandad. Just hearing the name made Daphne smile. This is how it works, said Grandad, lifting the jar down the shelf. Every evening after tea, I sit down and think of at least 5 good things about me. It could be things I've done, or it could just